Hey there, friends. Welcome to episode number 125 of It'll Be Fine, the socially distant baking food chat show. I'm your friend and your pal, Kelly Zemnikas, who packed her camera tripod, so I have to hold this. So brace yourself. Anyhow, I'm packing up, moving on to a new kitchen very, very soon. This is the second last new episode to come out of this kitchen. And we are in for a treat today. I don't know if you can see, I've got cinnamon buns on the fridge, cinnamon roll. We're going to take however you pronounce it, however you call it, and we're going to do something a little different to it. Maybe make it into some cupcakes, maybe do some donuts. We will see how we feel. My guest on the show today, oh my goodness, I am so glad this gal is here. The beauty of doing this show is that I get to introduce you to my amazing friends, old and new, comedians, writers, painters, just all aspects of the medium of being artistic. And today, my guest is a landscape artist. So those beautiful gardens you walk by, maybe she had a hand in putting it together. Today, I'm so happy to welcome my friend Elissa Janca to the show today. And oh my gosh, this gal is the coolest. I'm so glad we met. And I'm so glad she's here today to help me take a favorite scent, favorite flavor of cinnamon and make it something super cool, as I said. And on today's show, we are offering love, offering attention to the great, great people at ACT, the AIDS Committee of Toronto. If you are at all able to support them either financially or maybe volunteer with them, info is in the show description. So friends, get ready. You've got two cool gals and one amazing flavor, cinnamon. It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
What are you drinking today, my dear?
Oh, I'm having a beer. I am having a High Park Under the Sakura cherry beer, and it's
Ooh,
delightful.
that sounds really, how would you describe it for someone
Ooh.
like yourself who doesn't
Well,
have
it is, hold on. It is
one?
here, a cherry blossom lager.
Ooh.
It's quite a light beer at 4.4%, but it's
Oh,
easy and just the slightest hint of cherry. It's not like a cherry sour or like a punch you in the face with cherry. It's just very subtle and perfect for a Sunday afternoon.
oh, that sounds delightful.
Okay.
Now, High Park, for those who don't live in Toronto, is known for like the cherry blossom watching, and you go and you see the trees. Have you ever had that beer while watching the cherry blossoms?
I have not, and I'm not sure if we're allowed to go see the cherry blossoms this year, but that is now going to be on the list. So maybe, Kelly, 2022, we do it.
So I say beer goes very well with what we're doing today, cupcakes, and this thing is going to keep poking out. But instead of doing cupcakes with this is going to drive me nuts. Oh my God. It's going to be fine. Guys, it'll be fine. All right. Instead of doing cupcakes, I'm going to do donuts. Yay! Recipe doesn't call for this, but it's my show. So why not? Why not? Oh my gosh. Are you guys much of a baking twosome? Do you guys do a lot of cooking at home?
You know, my partner does a lot more of the baking than I do.
Oh,
Kind of his weekend treat that he'll make something. He is British, and so there are a lot of British treats that he misses that he's trying to recreate.
oh,
You know, like
sure.
a sticky toffee pudding or something like that. So yeah, weekends are usually him baking. So this is a bit special that
I
I'm doing.
love this.
I often mess it up. Because I'm sloppy with measuring and things like that. But I was very precise with measuring today. I'll have you know, Kelly.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear this, and I love this that you're gonna be baking today in the kitchen. So I'm excited to hear what people think of our cinnamon bun or roll, however you want to describe it, cupcake, which sounds delightful because I enjoy me a cinnamon anything, really. I like it in my coffee. I like it on a lot of things. I'm a fan.
I'm a big fan. I like the smell of it. It's all good.
Kelly, have you ever put cinnamon in with the coffee grounds as it percolates?
No.
Give it a try.
Oh, dude, that's a good idea.
It's really good.
So ingredients wise, this isn't too ridiculous. We're going to start off with the base for the cupcake. We need flour, we need sugar, we need baking powder, egg, vanilla, vegetable oil, cinnamon, butter, salt. Nothing too ridiculous. So I'm going to casually open my screen to find out what we start with.
I didn't even have to go to the store. I had everything on hand.
That's the best part. Like this, for the most part, you should have everything at home for this one. You shouldn't have to mess around too much. So what we'll start, we'll do this little cinnamon sugar swirl, which we will just mix together and set aside. So for this, you need 3 tablespoons of sugar and 4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And we'll just do a little mix. I'm going to set those aside. So how has work been for you of late? Like, has life been pretty normal?
Well, so I am a gardener. I imagine your audience would not know me. I'm not a comedian. And so I've been back to work for a couple weeks, but we just did all our onboarding of all our brand new staff this week. And so we kind of hit the ground running with spring cleanup this week. So it's been like a 60+ hour week of for this kid.
Oh my God.
But, I mean, that's just every spring. That's what I have the winter to play guitar and hang out and chat with people. So.
What has been the craziest thing you have come across when you've come to someone's lawn?
So,
Has there been a weird story of like, I can't believe someone planted that or installed that?
Oh, geez. I know. Now I need to think. We have so many beautiful places with. Okay, someone didn't install this, but I'll tell you one. We went for a renovation. So what often, a lot of our clients are clients that we see every week or every month.
Yeah.
But we went for kind of a one-off, someone selling their house to clean it up. Right. And we got there, introduced ourselves to the client, and they said, well, just so you know, we have a Canada goose who's laid a nest in our backyard right beside the pool. And she was in this kind of raised bed right beside the pool, and she had made herself a little nest. And they said, we called the city, and, the city says, you just have to let her do her thing and until her eggs hatch. And so I worked the whole day very cautiously around this Canada goose who just kind of side-eyed me most of the time. And then, when I got a little too close, or if we were using like the blower or something a little bit loud, she would hiss. I didn't know they hissed quite like that. They're just wild, but she stayed there the whole time and we didn't bother her too much. But that was probably the most bonkers thing I've come across in a lawn.
I think that's one thing about Canada that people who don't live here maybe don't realize. You may associate this country with like, ooh, scary polar bears and moose sightings. Canada geese, they're evil motherfuckers. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. So what we are going to do, if you've not yet, preheat your oven to 350. Simple to do. I'll do that first.
Oh, Kelly, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
My oven has the option of a convection bake. Is that something that I would want to do or no?
I'm going to go with no.
No. Okay. Regular bake.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Someone maybe.
Do you know much about convection baking?
No, a friend just asked me about air frying. Like, how do I bake in an air fryer? I'm like, I I got no idea. I am not sure. But yeah, I have no handy tip for that. That's a good question. I don't know. Let's go with no. We'll go with no. The safest thing. The next thing we have to do, if you haven't done it already, either if you're going to do like me with the donut mold or with a cupcake, line it with cupcake liners or just grease it up good. You can do that too. I'm going to grease mine up. Dancing has been, you won't usually see me at a club. I'm not like one of those types to go to a club and go dancing. But I have been dancing so much at home over the past year.
We should dance more at home, I think. I think that's like a general rule.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah. It's not that I don't like dancing. I love dancing. I just get kind of embarrassed at a club for some reason. I kind of have the Elaine from Seinfeld dance. So we have combined our sugar and our cinnamon. We have set that aside, which is easy peasy. Next, what we will do is in a bowl, and you can do a KitchenAid thing for this or just use good old elbow grease. We are going to take the flour, the cinnamon, the baking powder, and the salt and mix that up. Now this recipe, I can't think off the top how many this yields. It says it yields 16 cupcakes if you make the full batch. Did you do that, or do you have to?
You know what? Actually, I do happen to have a tray and a half, so yeah, I have enough.
Nice. I decided to half. Given that I'm a single lady, I don't need the temptation. That is what we did. So yeah. So the flour, the cinnamon, the baking powder, and the salt, not the sugar.
Okay.
All right. As I'm holding it, like, do I do that now? Okay. Next, we're going to add in, same bowl, the butter, the oil, the sugar, and the vanilla extract.
Sorry, in the same bowl.
Yeah, same bowl. Yeah. All right. You know what? See, this is why you shouldn't say shit like set aside, then add the butter. You know what? It's all going in our stomach.
You know?
Who cares?
We're just doing it.
Just doing it. Already. So the one thing we are not doing at the moment is adding the egg. That is the one thing we're not doing. Put that in.
The milk?
The milk is going to come later.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you are like me and you went out and bought things and then came back and was like, the milk. Kelly will be doing her version with water. Yeah. Or milk is what you should be doing. Fine. I'm fine, guys. I'm fine. Do not skimp on the creaming time, which to me makes me laugh because it sounds dirty.
Good.
I'm a 12-year-old boy on the inside. So, all right. Then that mixed together. And I am batching way down. I'm not doing 16 at all. So I think I might get like a half dozen donuts out of this. I will see. Next up, we'll be adding the egg.
Okay.
Then it says you're to combine the dry ingredients with the wet, but we've gone damn.
Okay.
The instructions weren't clear.
Kelly, do you think it's best practice to, I did not beat my eggs first. Should I beat my eggs first?
You know what? I'm just going to add in, I'm going to crack it in the bowl and mix.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do it.
Just, yeah.
Done.
If this show teaches you anything, live by your own rules, whether you're baking or you're cooking. It doesn't matter. Show what I've got in just a second. I'm going to get a much different batter without that thickness and consistency of the milk, but I'm not freaking out.
So Kelly, forgive me if you've talked about this on another episode already, but what got you into baking?
Oh, I actually haven't talked about what got me into baking. But I've got memories and photos, maybe I'll put one up in this episode, of major cookie parties in the kitchen, like the old school buy the roll, cut it up, put it on the plate, or making a cookie mix with my mom. But I remember a lot of those moments with like my brother Kevin and I doing that back home in Montreal, and being in the kitchen and experimenting with things from a very early age. I have a memory of presenting to my dad like a pot filled with water, raw pasta, tomato, and butter. And I brought it to him and I was like, look what I made. I remember that. But I come from a very foodie family, like, a lot of home cooks, a lot of professional chefs, just a creative bunch of people who just loved having friends over and big dinner parties and family Sunday suppers. And it's always like, for me, even when I was working as, a different job in the TV industry than what I do now, the kitchen was always like the Zen place after a work day where I could come to like refocus and recuperate. So I think it was just the world I grew up in, really. Yeah. Did you come from a family that loved being in the kitchen or serving dinners? And
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah, both my mom and my dad are incredible cooks, and yeah, my I was only well, a lot of 3 out of my 4 grandparents passed away either before I was born or when I was a small child.
okay.
So I really had quite a strong bond with my maternal grandmother, and she was an incredible cook
Yeah.
as well. So yeah,
That's one thing I certainly miss are my grandparents on both sides. Just were so fabulous with their dishes, either the Latvian side of my family or the British side. But just that whole, and that's one thing that I have just been aching for in these pandemic times, of having people over and sharing a meal, either making something for friends or doing it potluck style. I just thrive on that.
absolutely.
I miss that so much, and I can't wait until that's going to be kosher to do again and safe to do again. Because there's something about mixing friends up for a meal, people we've never met before, and sharing stories and learning and sharing food. That is like the best thing ever.
A little bit, just a little bit.
But no, it's kind of got that like quicksand kind of look to it.
Yeah.
Color of it, it smells delicious. I have to say. Already. And so what do we do next? So we've put in, we've added in the milk. To me, it doesn't look that curdled, to be totally honest with you.
No.
But that's fine. And then it's got here to now fill the cupcake liners and add your swirl.
All right.
So I'm assuming that would then be what we did earlier.
Oh, yes.
Pour the batter, dump a little bit in, and do like with a toothpick or a knife and a little shapy shape. And look, I got 9. Yay! Ta-da! I'm excited. All right. So this is going to go into the oven for approximately, what did we say, 15 to 18 minutes, I think?
Okay.
Let me just double check. Yeah, so 15 to 18 minutes. Friends, every single oven in this world is different. So you might be able to do this in 12 minutes or 25. It all depends. I'm psyched. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna set this for 16 because my oven's a keener. I'm gonna use the washroom. I'll be right back. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the swirl.
I didn't do the swirl either.
Get it out. Abort oven.
Wait, walk me through that one more time. We're putting the swirl in and stirring it around with.
Oh my God, that's the best. Why do we have the cinnamon sugar still here? Oh shit. Okay. All right. Oh, I love this.
Oh, it smells so good.
Best part. I'm sure this happens on fancy baking shows.
Of course.
You know, they edit it out, but I'm strong enough to keep this in. All right. Okay. One of them got a bit too much.
How much did you, I feel like I have a lot of swirl.
I've got a lot of swirl too. Look what's happening here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? It's healthy, guys. Cinnamon's healthy. I say you can just buy some, frosting and just say, I'm not making my own. Or you can make your own, which is totally cool too. Are you making or did you pre-purchase?
I'm making.
Perfect. Excellent. So for the frosting, I'm just going to see here.
I'm making half.
Perfect.
I thought maybe 5 cups of icing sugar was an obscene amount.
If you had a bad day, what else? Right. So once your butter and your sugar is mixed together, you are then going to put in cinnamon, vanilla extract, and either water or milk. Says you can use what you want in this case. And adding milk and water as needed, depending on what kind of consistency you get. And that's it. So not too hard at all.
No.
No, not at all.
Did you pre-purchase your icing?
Oh, no. I'm a woman who lives alone. There is always frosting in my fridge. So, single girl life hack. Always have frosting in your fridge. You put it on anything. Hot roast? No, I'm kidding. That would be gross.
Now, if you find I find mine's a bit dry. Do you think I should add more milk?
Yeah. So it says here, if you're not happy with the consistency, because you want it to be like as smooth as possible. Gosh. Give me a spoon and call it a day. Yeah. Now, if you're like me and you have vanilla frosting in your fridge, go just grab some more cinnamon, toss it in, and you have cinnamon frosting. Done. Shall we check?
Let's check.
All right. Oh my God, these are beautiful.
Okay.
Oh.
They're puffing up.
Oh, nice. So what my donuts look like here for friends at home.
I would venture even from a glance, I think mine need a few more minutes.
I'm going to do the knife test. Let's see what is up. Let's make sure we get a clean knife. Now, my bake has been a bit different because I'm doing donuts, but I have a clean knife. So I think I'm going to let mine cool while yours does a few more, but I'm really happy with those.
Oh, wow. Look at those.
These look amazing. My whole fridge content right now is akin to like a college student in their first year. Like there's just halves of things. Like I've got chicken stock, half a lemon, a cucumber, and chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm a jealous.
Well, as someone who doesn't have any children, you would never know when I go to the grocery store, because all of my things that I take to work are very snack focused. And so I do look like I have several children, I would imagine, with the number of, goldfish crackers and granola bars and the things that,
I love goldfish crackers.
oh my gosh.
That is such an underrated snack.
It's a very tasty snack.
So good. What are your favorite? I just like cheddar. I'm a
Yeah, the cheddar ones too. Yeah, for sure. I can get down with the nacho cheese with the ranchers, or they have a salt and vinegar that's actually quite salt and vinegary that I quite like. Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, cheddar for me, or the rainbow one, which to me still just tastes like cheddar.
Just yeah.
It's not any different. I love me a goldfish cracker. What event was it for?
It was Guy Fawkes Night.
Okay. Guy Fawkes Night.
Which is also known as Bonfire Night.
Yeah. And he decided that it would be fun to do fireworks in his backyard to celebrate.
With zero permission or any permits or anything.
Right. In a section of Toronto that not long before had a mass shooting that was still in...
Like maybe a month or 6 weeks before? Yeah.
Not much. Yeah. Close to. And when you hear fireworks at an event, you do play, were those gunshots or were those fireworks?
Especially here in Canada, where, the 5th or 6th, 5th, I think. I did not remember the 5th of November. 6th of November. I can't remember. Anyway. But, early November is not usually a time that Canadians often associate with fireworks.
No, it's not. No. And I remember I was asked to bring a lot of marshmallows. And I brought a lot of marshmallows. He did not talk to me at the party. At all. He did not. And I was making friends, and that's how I went over to you and said hi. So that's how we met. And then the fireworks start going off. And then I think I was standing beside you, and I was like, do you hear sirens?
Correct. And then essentially the SWAT team came in.
Had I put more batter in each mold, it may have been a bit thicker. So it's a thin little donut, but I'm still it looks like a tiny bagel. That's what it looks like.
What a great mold.
Oh, it's a good one. All right.
Will you send me a link to your friend who's selling those?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Put it in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely send that to you. The Pampered Chef has some really good products.
Yeah.
100%. All right.
Let's give your friend some business.
Yeah, definitely. No, I definitely will. It's a friend of my sister-in-law, so. All right. I'm not decorating this the prettiest fashion. I'll do that in a sec. But I do want to take a bite because we owe it to ourselves to try one. But here's one with my cinnamon frosting.
Ooh.
Do you have yours?
Yep. I'm gonna go with an extra gooey one.
All right. Okay, cheers to you. Bon appetit.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
That's so good. That is so good.
Oh man. Oh, that's good. Oh, frig, that's good. Oh.
How do you keep finding good recipes after, 100 something episodes?
The internet is a gift. Oh, yeah, man. You can't really see the inside, but it's a beautiful, nice bake, a little cinnamon filled. But this, for those who don't know, in Toronto, there's a subway station called Eglinton Station. They have a Cinnabon store. It is one of the best smelling subway stations in Toronto. This to me is like just the amount of Cinnabon I need without buying like a brick of Cinnabon. This is flavorful and chewy and not overly sweet. Enough.
Yep.
It'll be fine.